I just wanna give good vibes. 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 That's all I want.
Hey guys, say done already. It's your girl Kelly, and I'm back with another video. I was actually editing a video a few days ago with the young lady working out in the gym, and the young black male came in there with the intention to SA her. And you know, she was a personal trainer or professional bodybuilder and ended up whooping that ass. So I was actually going to post a video. I meant to post it 2 weeks ago, actually, and I just saw it. I realized I didn't post it, and it might be too late to post it, but I want to give you guys my own personal story on being harassed here, living in New York City, to be sexually harassed here in New York City, to be chastised and chased by males in New York City. And I have many, many stories, guys, but I'm going to give you this one specific story. And I don't know if y'all, how many of these stories y'all want to hear, because, I mean, these are real life stories. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, so I used to work at a school. It was an early childhood center. It was a daycare center, but it was like an early childhood day. I had a teacher there, and I got to give y'all more story on that. But we're just gonna focus on this. So we had a child that was enrolled in a program, and the owner was taking some time off, and she called her daughter, who had been fired from a law firm. To owner had decided she wanted to take a little bit of time off because she was older. The lady was in her 80s. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be retired and living your best life. So she ended up calling her daughter in because she was now unemployed and needed some employment, and she figured she could help her out because she had a degree in finance or accounting. So she came in to step in to help out. So she hired me as her right-hand man. So I'm there. I'm going to school full time, and I'm working part time. And the lady kept saying to me, "Oh, you gotta get a man. You gotta get a man. You need to have a man." And I'm telling her, you know, in due time, because right now I gotta focus on my schoolwork. I gotta focus on my children. I gotta focus on my family life. I gotta focus on me. You know, so many things that goes on when you're a mother, when you're going to school, when you have, you know, responsibilities. You gotta study. You gotta take care of home. So there's a lot of things going on. No, a lot of men are not signed on to take on somebody that got all those things going on in their life. So she kept saying to me, "Oh, you gotta get you a man." So this same particular woman would always be like, "Oh, these niggas ain't no good. They ain't horrible. They ain't got no education. They dumb. They mama dumb. They mama raised them to be this. They daddy didn't want them. They mama didn't want them. They crackheads. They ain't got no education. They stupid." And like she would go on all day. Oh, and her favorite was, you know, they don't even want a black woman. So I would hear this lady say the most horrific things about black males every day, all day. And this went on for years. So I'm just giving you guys a little backstory, right? So then this man comes in there, and I don't know who he is. I never really paid him attention. Like I said, I was in school full time. So I would just come to work for 5 hours a day, and I would leave because, you know, it is what it is. I was just working and everything within the daycare center. I mean, I was doing accounting, I was doing payroll, I was planning trips. I mean, I was doing everything more than what I was hired to do. So, and let me just side note, ladies and gentlemen, always make sure you renegotiate your contracts. Always make sure you renegotiate the terms that you're working on. Okay, that's just the backstory. Now we're going to go straight for the story. Now we're going to go straight right into it. So this man comes in there, she introduces me to him or whatever. And I said, "Hi, how are you? Keep it moving. I'm trying to talk about the work because I'm only here for a short amount of time and I got all this work to do. So that's it. Let's go talk about this work." So then she's like trying to force him on me in a forceful way. And because I was so young at the time, I kept saying I'm not interested. Like that should be enough, right? All you have to say is you're not interested. But no, not this crazy heifer. She didn't want to take no for an answer. So she's like, talk to him. I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm only here for a short amount of time. We got you left 20 things on my desk to do, and I'm trying to get you to approve this so we can go ahead and send this out because this place is about to close down." So she's sitting here talking about, "Well, talk to him. I said I'm not interested, correct? I'm not talking about what? That you know what I'm saying, that this place is about to go out of business because you don't want to pay these bills?" And everybody in there laughing because I mean I'm only speaking facts. Like I'm here to work. I'm not interested in meeting any males here. So then she calls him over to my office and says, "Oh, y'all talk and have a conversation." So he's like, "Hey, how are you?" Making me really uncomfortable. And I said, "Listen, I'm fine, but I'm very busy. I got some work to do. So just, if you don't mind leaving my office, just, you know, please let it be known." I let it be known that I wasn't interested. I had no interest in him, that I did not want to pursue anything with him. He would like come in my office all the time, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And one thing I've learned as a woman is to never be friendly with a man. Don't smile with him. You don't owe him no conversation. You just say, "No, thank you. Have a good day." And that's it. We don't owe men nothing. We ain't got to smile. We don't have to be nice, because I think what happened is because when I initially met him, I was trying to be professional and smiling and saying hi. So from that point on, he thought he had a chance. And not only that, this lady had told him that I'm interested, I'm available, you need to jump on her, be aggressive with her, you know. And so from there, the foolery began. Every day he'd be there begging, "I'm interested, I want to talk to you, what's up?" And I kept saying, "I'm not interested." At this point, I had already started talking to someone, and he just didn't want to accept no for an answer. He would put on this production in front of the entire school. You know, "Hi, how are you? What's up? I'm trying to be with you. What's going on?" And like, we haven't had a conversation. We hadn't had any discussions. I made it very obvious to him that I was not interested, but he just didn't want to take no for an answer. So one day I'm leaving the daycare center and he's leaving. And I would pay him no mind because I was not interested. And ladies, always be mindful of men following you, stalking you. Always be mindful. Always keep an eye out where they are. Always keep an eye out where you are. Always have your keys ready and your hand ready to go. Park close to where your destination is going to be. Just be smart about it. So I'm leaving the building, and I guess he was running behind me like a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't know. Because I made it perfectly fine. I've made it perfectly clear that I'm not interested in you. But like I said, these men, they don't want to hear no for an answer. They don't want to take no for an answer. It's crazy out here in the building. So there's like double doors. So you leave one door and then you go through another door to leave. So he blocks me into the second door like, "No, I'm talking to you." I'm like, "What the fuck is your problem?" So he says to me like, "We're not going to leave. No, you're not leaving here until we have a conversation. I told you I'm interested in you." And I'm like, "I'm not interested in you." So he stands in front of the door won't let me through. So then I go to put my key in through the next door so I can get through, because remember I told you it's double door. So he locked me in between the two doors. So I'm trying to get to, he's like, no, you ain't going nowhere. We gonna talk. We gonna talk. I said, I'm interested. I want to be with you. You want to be with you. So mind you, it's the middle of the day. It's the middle of the day. It's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the middle of the day. I had a dentist appointment within a half an hour. That's why I was leaving work so early. And I ended up missing my dentist appointment because of this crazy ass fool. So he's sitting there, he's like, no, we gonna talk. We gonna talk. I'm like, I'm trying to go through the second door. He wouldn't let me go. He blocking my way. No, talk to me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? That's what I keep saying to him, because it's like I'm telling him I'm not interested, but it's not going through his mind. So then I go to the next door. He's like, come here, like blocking my key, won't let me, being mad aggressive with me, hitting me, pushing my hand to the side. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yo, in my mind, like at that point in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta call 911. So I goes to my phone. He's like, what the fuck you calling 911 for? I still calling 911. I'm like, listen, I tell him where I'm at. I'm like, there's a psychopath here with me. Then he sees that I'm calling 911. I'm dead serious. So he snatches my phone on my hand and hangs up. So they're calling back the phone. And he's not answering. So he got me locked in there. So we standing there for about 10 minutes. Some girls walk by and she comes in, the girl, I'm looking at the girl because I'm trying to signal to her, like, please call 911. This is a crazy ass. He got me held here hostage. Mind you, nobody's coming through these doors. I mean, I don't know how long it was there, but no one's coming through these doors. Okay, so I'm just there. So then I look at her, she comes in, I guess she was, she was on that type of time with me. She's like, hey, how are you? You okay? No, she didn't ask me if I was okay. She was like, hi, I think you're really beautiful. I would love to take you out if you're interested. And I was like, oh, no, I'm okay, love. And she was like, are you for real? And she was like, you sure? And I'm looking at her in her eyes, like trying to signal to her, like, this nigga is crazy. Like, help me. But like her mind was so on, something else. Like, and so she left. And so I try to leave with her and he slams the door. So I'm like, oh my God, this nigga is crazy. So then I see another person come through the door. So when I see another person come through the door, I run through the door. He's like trying to chase me, like trying to pull me back. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, this psychopath. So then he like pulling me, like telling, I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm beating him. People are looking at us to see what's going on. I'm like, I don't know him. So finally he runs off. Okay, mind you guys, when I go back to the job the next day, she was like, oh, I watched y'all on the camera. I said, what the fuck? I was like, I'll call 911. I called 911 and I told him what happened. So I'm looking for his information. I'm going through the files. I'm looking for his information. So I give him the name, the address. She's like, no, what you want to do that for? So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, this bitch saw me being harassed, like right a few steps from your office, literally 10 steps from her office, and the bitch did nothing. Okay. Take note of that, ladies and gentlemen. Never, ever be surrounded by hateful ass bitches, because there's something about old black hateful bitches. Like, she was bitter, black, and ugly, miserable, and hateful. Okay, so he's been chasing me for 2 years. Okay, he's been chasing me for 2 years. For 2 years, I've made it absolutely clear to this man I have no interest in him whatsoever. He come in my office, he harassing me, he's sitting outside my office, he's talking about, write down your number. I'm like, what part of I'm not interested? Don't you understand? He's like, write down your number. I'm like, I'm not interested. Like, he was not listening to this. I'm gonna pause it right there because the guy was harassing me for like 2-3 years straight. And so for me to give you guys the entire breakdown of the story, it would take at least 2 or 3 hours. And I'm going to keep this sweet and short, So if you guys, loved my content, please give me a like, leave me a comment, drop a comment. Let me know if you want to hear part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I got a lot to say. Guys, like, comment. I love you. Subscribe.